Hi, my name is Nick. I'm the lead developer at Accounting Add-ons, and today I'll show MYOB users how they can create a Direct Debits ABA file to send to their bank using DirectDebitsLink. While MYOB has the capability to create an ABA file for direct credits using the electronic payments functionality, it does not have the capability to create an ABA file for direct debits, and that's where DirectDebitsLink comes in. In order to create this ABA file, the process will be broken down into two steps. The first will be to record a bank deposit transaction in MYOB that will group all the customer payments into one single transaction. And the second step will be to actually grab this bank deposit using DirectDebitsLink and turn it into an ABA file. Now this video will assume three things. On the one hand, MYOB will have already been set up to process direct debits correctly. As well, customer payments will have already been recorded in MYOB. And finally, DirectDebitsLink will have already been set up to process the direct debits. If you're interested in those other processes, have a look at our other videos and you'll find something that covers those topics. Now let's get into it. As you can see, we're already in MYOB, and the first step will be to record the bank deposit transaction. What we'll do is we'll click on the Banking tab and we'll click on the Prepare Bank Deposit item. This will bring up the Prepare Bank Deposit screen. Now within this screen, we'll choose the Select Receipts By method and choose Payment method. The next drop down, we will choose it and choose the direct debit because we recorded our transaction as direct debits. We'll click OK and it'll list all the payments that we're interested in. We're interested in including all these payments in our bank deposit, so we'll simply click on the header here and they'll all be ticked. We could individually select the ones we're interested in. Finally, we can change the memo, the ID or the date, but we're happy with those values, so we'll simply click record. And we've recorded our bank deposits. To confirm that it's there, we can go to the transaction journal, all transactions, and scroll down and we'll see our bank deposit listed. We finished the first half of the video, which involved creating the bank deposit. The next step is to actually use this bank deposit in DirectDebitsLink to create the ABA file we need. So we'll go to DirectDebitsLink, which is already running, and you'll notice we're in the landing page. We've done the light blue step that says Prepare Bank Deposits in MYOB. That was done manually in MYOB. We're up to Prepare Direct Debits from MYOB Deposits. We'll click on that and it'll take us to this page. On this page you can see three buttons on the left hand side. The first one says click here to get data from MYOB, and that's the step that reads your MYOB data file, downloads all the information that it needs into DirectDebitsLink so it can display the bank deposits. You can then use step 2 to refresh the deposits that are listed below, and then click on one of the yellow arrows to highlight the deposit. Now let's do that. I'll go ahead and click on the first button and it'll bring up this Get Data Options dialog. You've got to make sure the full Get Data option is selected because that is the type of Get Data that DirectDebitsLink needs to do in order to pull the information. Ensure it's selected and click OK. It'll bring up a log file of what it's doing. You can just let it run, and once it's finished, DirectDebitsLink will have the information it needs to create the ABA file. The Get Data process just finished, so I can go ahead and click Close on this dialog. The next step is to actually list the deposits in the screen below. So I'll click on the second button. It'll bring up a filters dialog and there's two fields to fill in. The first one is the deposit date, and that controls how far back the deposits will be shown. In this case, I'll leave it to the 20th of the 1st, 2014 because I know my deposit was created on the 23rd of January this year. The next is to make sure that the deposit account is correct, and in this case it's my check account that the money got deposited into, or will be deposited into I should say. So I'll select that and then click OK. After that, the deposits will be listed. There's only one transaction coming up, and that's because we've only recorded one bank deposit since the 20th of January, and that's the one raised today on the 23rd. I'll click on the yellow arrow button and that'll take us to the other screen, which will list all the customer payments down the page as well as the details it needs to create the ABA file. On this screen we need to do three things. We need to review the deposit details and ensure everything's correct. If there is any mistakes, those mistakes need to be corrected back into MYOB and then run the process again. We need to edit the process date and the debit type. The process date essentially controls the date the transaction will be debited, and the debit type controls the statement ref that will appear on both your statement and your customer statement. And finally, once we're happy with everything, we click on the third button to generate the ABA file. We can now save the ABA file somewhere on our machine. Click Save, and the software will generate the ABA file and show it to us. Finally, the last step is to actually go to your bank's web portal and upload that ABA file so that it can be processed. We've come to the end of the video showing you how to create a Direct Debits ABA file using DirectDebitsLink. As you can see, the process is fairly easy to follow and creates a correct ABA file so you can direct debit money through your bank. If you've got any questions, feel free to contact us. I'm sure we can help. Cheers. See ya.